Hi, welcome to this part 2 of this tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to go over the next step of the blog. And currently we have this. We have our 10 blog posts that we our 10 dummy posts, and then we're going to make it into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create we're going to put the list in an unordered list in a proper nav bar, and we're going to create a login and register. So we're going to use the Laravel make auth feature on the command line, and we're going to make this button appear. It should only appear when we logged in, but we'll do that in part 3 of the tutorial. So this tutorial we're just going to focus on the top menu bar here. So let's get right into it. So first thing we have to do is, because we have the menu bar here and we want to use the login and user control, because we want to create the user login system, we have to create a database for the website. So let's go to PHP My Admin or your favorite MySQL editor. And then I'm going to create a new table. I'm going to name it tutvids Laravel blog 2. Of course, you can name it whatever you want. Create. And then you want to go to your IDE, and then you want to go to the .env file, and under homestead you want to change that to tutvid. I think it was tutvids at Laravel blog 2. Tutvids at Laravel blog 2. I think that was it. And I just wanted to mention and on top of that note, I just wanted to mention one quick note that I love about PHP Storm is that you don't have to press Control S to save every 5 seconds. When I use other text editors like Sublime Text or Atom.io, I'm obsessively pressing Control Save because I'm obsessed. I'm always worried about whether it's going to not save. And that's always super annoying. So if you want a great IDE, I'm actually currently using PHP Storm the 30-day trial version, but after the 30-day trial, I am definitely going to buy it. It's about, I think it was somewhere about $8 a month US, 8 USD a month for students. I mean, not students, for individuals. So in case, like, I totally love this IDE. I think it's really great. It does save you, compared to using Atom.io, it saves about 5% of programming time, and I think that's a noticeable enough difference that if that's what it saves you, it's really great. So anyways, that's my quick free. I'm not getting paid to plug in PHP Storm. That I'm just telling you showing you what the benefits are, so that if you're wondering why am I using a complex IDE or what's the benefit of an proper commercial IDE over like a free editor like Atom.io. I think Atom.io is wonderful, but if you use a professional IDE, there are little benefits that helps you speed up your development process, or speed up your programming process. So anyways, I'm going to change this to root and password to blank, and I'm using the settings for my local server, so it's really simple. So let's see. Next we have to go to our command line, and I'm going to if you want, it's kind of dirty because I have been programming a little bit right before, but it's really simple. All we want to do is go to the proper root folder. So I have to go to cd blog and then blog 2. That's where I have to go to. So I'm in the proper file, so go to whichever folder location that you installed your Laravel version in, and once you're in there, you want to run php artisan migrate. So the reason why we run php artisan migrate is because the Laravel version comes default with the user login system tables already, the migrations for the user login systems already installed, already packaged in, so that you just have to run in php migrate and it automatically installs the ones that are necessary. So let's wait for that to happen, and it should be done. Migration, okay, great. Migration tables connected successfully. And if you're wondering, my computer is not the best computer. It's a slightly slower computer, so I just want to give you like time frames of how these things work. So if you have a newer computer, your computer should be using these faster. It's kind of funny that I'm the tutorial guy and I have the worst computer, but you don't really need a super great computer to do programming, at least for basic stuff like web development, so go figure. So once we have that created, we want to go back to our page. And so as I said, the migrations are in database migrations, and we have here two migrations tables. We have create users table and create passwords recess table, or the password container table. It doesn't really matter. Just know that these are the tables necessary for the user login system, and it should have created some new resources for the login system. So let's see, view blog. View. Oh right, it hasn't yet. We have to use the PHP make auth system. So now that we have the table set up, we can run PHP artisan make auth. This one right here. I just going to use that exact same one. So PHP artisan make auth. So this is how you create a PHP login system. And you can copy and paste the programming parts to show the login and register buttons, and all you have to do is take the code that copies it, and then you can style it and paste it wherever you want and style it however you want as well. So you can customize the looks. So that created a auth folder and a layouts folder. So that's going to show us, if we go back to our public folder, and let's say we go, if I change, basically what happens is if I change web, so if I change this back to welcome, which is what Laravel's default install is, if I change this back to welcome, go back here, it becomes this, and basically it installed these two buttons. So I can go login, and it comes to this password, and there's one quirk around Laravel. I'm not sure exactly why it is. Because I did everything correct in the installation, but the CSS is not working. So basically what's happening is just take my word for granted on this. If I go to head and if I go to CSS here, the pathing is wrong. So if you just type in a dot right there, it should work. I don't know why it's not installing properly. I think it's just a minor bug that got overlooked during the Laravel release this version. So I guess not everything's perfect. That's all right. So let's move on to so what we want to do is we want to copy the login and register button. So I'm just going to let's say register, and once again it's not working properly. So I'm actually going to go to app.blade.php and enter the dot here just to make things more clear. Refresh. There you go. So I'm going to register. I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm not going to come up with fancy usernames. So user01 at gmail.com. Update password, no. And if the button here doesn't work, I think that's a bug as well, but it's a very, very minor bug because it's very unlikely you'll actually use this template on your real live website. So if I go back to login, it should be already logged in, so you actually can't log out for some reason. So that's another bad part of this. The code is not working properly. I think that's because the Jquery is not installed. Let's go back. Because it's a Jquery plugin, so let's go back to let's go install Jquery first. So let's go Jquery cdn minified copy Jquery cdn didn't copy Oops, that's not working. Let's manually copy. Paste that there. Format it properly. Well, I guess I could just leave it like that, doesn't matter too much. And if we go back, let's see if it works. Nope, it actually doesn't work. So we're going to we're not going to fix this right here. So if we go back, this is the one that's currently working. So if we go back here, log in. So it doesn't work here either, but if I go back to home page, it does work. So we're just gonna forget about making it work in the default version here, and we're just gonna copy the code that's necessary to make it work on our actual menu bar. So let's go back to our nav, our web root, and let's change this back to blog home. So if we go back here, it changes back to this. And first we have to actually create the nav bar. So let's create the nav bar. And to do that, I'm just going to check my code here. So to do that, I'm going to go to home, and we have to change this part right here. So let's see what we can do there. So we're going to change this to class navbar default, and we have to enter it into a container fluid class. So container fluid class, and the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to insert the right element, the part that goes to that pulls to the right. This part right here, manage blog post, and to make that format properly, we have to put the navbar unordered list into a container fluid class. Next, we want to give the UL a class, so class navbar nav, and we actually want to put these in link tags. So link link All right, and I'm going to remove this style part right here because we don't need this. If we go back, we have our 4 menu list, and we want to put it in a drop-down list just for the fun of it. It's just good practice to practice formatting. So let's go down to so we have to create a drop-down list. So list class drop-down, a class drop-down toggle, and to do this, to do the data toggle here, this part, data toggle, this is what requires jQuery. So we're going to install jQuery for this as well. So jQuery drop-down, and then we're going to go sort posts by, and then create a span with the class of caret. This is Bootstrap, so then inside here we create a unordered list again. So unordered list, and list times 3. Actually, list times 3 and link. There you go. So now let's actually we can just copy and paste this. So copy this, paste this right here. So let's go back, see if it works. Refresh the page. So yeah, there we go. That's kind of what we want. So let's go back and delete these 4 here. We don't need these anymore. Refresh. Okay, so let's see what's wrong. So UL class drop down menu And there you go. So now we have to install Jquery to make that work. So we have Bootstrap. Now let's import Jquery again. Jquery, copy this. Can put it right here. Refresh the page. And there you go. Now we have the drop-down menu list working. That is wonderful. So next we want to style the manage blog post button, which should only appear when a user is logged in, but we're going to program that in later. So let's just make that happen right now and manage blog posts. So we're going to create another UL. So let's go UL, and then it's going to be nav bar, nav bar right. And inside we're going to create a link and list and link, and we're going to call this manage blog posts. So if we go back, manage blog posts is not to the right, so nav bar right. Okay, so now that we have that link, let's make the login and register button show up. So let's to do that, we have to copy some code. So we have to go to remember when we go to we had some new files pop up. So if we go to app.blade.php, that's basically the new installation. That was the page that was viewed when we were going to the Laravel installation to see what the default login page and register page was located at. So what we have here is we have authentication links, and we have if guest, if it checks for if it's a guest login, so not logged in at all, just a visitor, then we have these two login and register links show up. Else we have a drop down menu show up so that people can actually log in and log out. This is the logout button and logout form. So we're just gonna copy this right here, and we're going to paste it. We're going to paste it right here. So if we refresh the page, we have the login and register. So if we go to login, it goes back to here. If we go to register, it goes to here. So if we log in here and we log in, let's register this one. User02 at gmail.com. And if we go back here, it says user log out. So now we can log out. So that's basically how the button works. Now we have to style this. So let's create some div tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some div tags so that it spans to the right. So we're going to use position CSS relative position for this. So we're going to say we're going to actually put the welcome heading inside a div, and then we're going to create a div called login box nav and nav bar nav. And we're going to copy and paste this code back inside there. And if we go back here, refresh, we have sort by post. Something's wrong, so let's see what I did there. Sort by post, so this should be not inside this div. Div class, login box, nav, nav bar, nav. Just gonna check what the error is. That should appear don't know why that's appearing there. So let's create a style here. So whoops. So type text CSS, and we're gonna go login box and give it a border. Pixel solid blue fresh. And let's see what if let's see what happens if we just delete that. So if we delete this, refresh the page. Okay, that's working, right? Okay, so if we go back here, it should work properly. So nav, we have a nav bar here. So let's see what's wrong here. Okay, we're going to say container fluid. Oh, I understand why. We have to put it inside a row heading box. So let's put everything inside here, and let's say row, and we have row. And we're going to give it also a class of heading box. And inside here, we're going to put everything that we have here. So we're going to copy this, paste it inside here. And if we go back, there you go. So that's just what I wanted to see. So I'm going to remove the border. And we're going to give it a position of absolute. And also we're going to give the heading box a position of relative. And then we're going to give it a top of 0, right of 0, and margin top of 10 pixels. Refresh the page. There you go. So that's what we want, and we want to give it some coloring so it just doesn't look blue anymore. So let's do that. So we're going to say login box A is equal to color, and we're going to just choose this one right here. That's just a feature of PHP Storm IDE, so that's really good. So now we can go log in, go back here, and log out. And that's how you make the menu bar here. So next, in our next tutorial, I will make, I'll probably make this this section go directly back to the home page instead of having that Laravel screen. And to do that, you have to customize the code in one of the controllers for the auths. So you have to find that particular code to format, and then I'm going to make the manage posts button only appear when the user is actually logged in. And then I'm going to actually create the CRUD or bread system for the managed blog posts in the next tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video.